Okay, so for satisfaction for utility, one of the assumptions is that consumers always aim to maximize their utility. But the problem is we have a budget line, okay? So you can only use so much money, right, whatever your budget is, over an infinite different type of product to try buy the products that would give you the most satisfaction, okay? So I'm going to take my 1,000 Rand and I'm going to walk into Spar. There's 10,000 different products in Spar. Which products do I buy that give me the maximum satisfaction? Okay. So I'm going to simplify this to if I've only got two products. Okay. Now, my favorite example is Tex and Bar One chocolates. Okay. So now we're going to assume a cardinal utility in this case. All right. We can say that if I buy a Tex chocolate, I get 10 utils. If I buy a Bar One, I get 8 utils. All right. Which chocolate would you buy in that case? The Tex, because you get more utils than from the Bar One. But what if I told you that the Tex cost 8 Rand and the price of Bar One was 6 Rand? Now, which one do you buy? It's a little bit more difficult. You cannot just compare the utility. So essentially what we want to do in this case is we want to calculate a per Rand value for utility. Okay? So if I spend my 8 Rand on a Tex, I'm getting 1.25 utils per Rand value spent on Tex. Okay. Whereas if I spend my 6 Rand on a Bar One, I'm getting 1.33 utils per Rand value spent on Bar One. How do I calculate that? 8 divided by 6 gives me 1.33. 10 divided by 8 gives me 1.25. So I've taken the utility that I'm going to get from those two different chocolates, I've divided it by the price, and I've landed up at a per Rand value utility. So originally, without the prices, it was pretty easy. We would have bought the Tex. But now suddenly, when we take into account the different prices for those products, we would buy the Bar One. Okay. So that's essentially what we're going to do. For the first purchase, we are going to buy ourselves that Bar One. But then we need to apply the law of diminishing marginal utility. The second Bar One, should we choose to purchase it, the utility will decrease to 6. Okay? So now if we had to calculate that, 6 divided by, the price hasn't changed, so it's still 6 Rand. The utility that we get is now 1. So now we're better off going back and purchasing Tex. Okay? What if I was still not satisfied and I wanted to purchase a third chocolate? Now, my utility for the Tex decreases to from 10 utils to 9 utils. Still divided by the same price. So now I'm going to get 1.125 utils per Rand value. So now I'm going to buy myself another Tex. Okay. Do you guys see what I'm doing here? So you've got to apply the law of diminishing marginal utility, and you've got to take the utility for each purchasing decision, and you've got to divide it by the price of the product. And ultimately, if you do this properly, you will get to a point where your marginal utility of product A divided by the price of A is equal to the marginal utility of B divided by the price of B is equal to the marginal utility of N divided by the price of N. Essentially, if I were to completely maximize my possible satisfaction that I could possibly get as a consumer, I would take my income and I would calculate my per Rand value for every single possible product that I can purchase. And I will purchase the ones with the highest weighted marginal utility until such time as I've equated the marginal utilities of all possible products that I could buy. Okay. Why? Because if one product had a slightly higher ratio, I would divert more money towards that one. And as I divert more money towards that specific product, the marginal utility I'm going to get will decrease until, again, all of these would equal. Okay.